Hi everyone, it's Rman here, and today I'm going to do a quick breakdown on the newest Valentine's Fire Emblem Heroes Echoes banner that Fire Emblem Heroes just released. And so let's get started right away. So for the first new unit, we have Arcane Nuibaba. Arcane Nuibaba has great art, and she is a blue tome infantry type unit. And so let's take a look at her weapon. Her weapon is Arcane Medusa. Arcane Medusa has slaying, and it also has preempt pulse in the weapon, and it has 7 flat damage reduction and true damage based on 15% of her attack. And also the Arcane Medusa weapon gives Arcane Nuibaba the Anathema status from Ninja Farja, and the Anathema status effect is a negative status effect that gives the foe -4 to speed, defense, and resistance. And for the A skill of Arcane Nuibaba, she has Light Mirror, and her special is Iceberg. And for the B skill of Nuibaba, she has a private B skill called Mounting Fear. And the special thing about Mounting Fear is basically it gives Arcane Nuibaba 20% of true damage based on her resistance, and it also inflicts panic, exposure, and deep wounds on foes that have less resistance than her, and it spreads out to any foes that are within 2 spaces of that foe at start of turn. And it also has some it also inflicts attack resistance -5 on foe, and gives Arcane Nuibaba 50% piercing. So that's basically the most important thing on her B skill. And for the C skill, there's a new C skill on Arcane Nuibaba, which is Time Pulse Helm. Time Pulse Helm is basically Time Pulse 4 plus attack resistance buff of about 4. It buffs Arcane Nuibaba's attack and resistance by 4 during combat. Attack resistance by 4 during combat. So that about sums it up for the new arcane hero, Arcane Nuibaba. And next we have a new unit, Nomah. Nomah is a green mage, and it's an infantry type unit. And Nomah has the new weapon Prior's Tome, which is a private weapon, and his weapon gives him slaying, guidance 4 to all, Omni guidance 4 to all allies, and Nomah's private weapon gives him the ability to help his allies warp in evil raids. So in evil raids, if Nomah is within 2 spaces of any traps, and the traps can also include the fake traps. So if he is within 2 spaces of a trap, then any ally in the map can warp within 2 spaces of Nomah, and this is very unique support given by Nomah. And he also has a 2-space support for any allies within 2 spaces of himself, and basically he gives neutralized penalties to attack resistance buff of 5, and also gives allies 7 HP post combat healing. And also Nomah's private weapon gives him an attack resistance +16 during combat if he has about 50 base res, and if he is also within 3 spaces of an ally. Also, Nomah has 20% of 20% resistance, true damage based on 20% of his resistance, which is about 10. And he has a new B skill, which is Seal Attack Resistance Free. Seal Attack Resistance Free gives him basically is guard and Seal Attack Res, which grants the foe attack which debuffs the foe's attack resistance by 9 during combat, and gives the foe attack resistance -6 after combat. So for the C skill that Nomah has is an old C skill, which is post up ploy, and it's the same C skill that the latest free mythic unit has, which is Mythic Rune. Mythic Rune has the same skill as Nomah. Sorry. And next we can talk about the demote unit. The new demote unit is Jesse. Jesse has a new demote sword, and he is a infantry sword unit. And Jesse has Hexblade Sword Plus, and Hexblade Sword Plus gives at start of turn. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, then he gives unit cannot be slowed by terrain and Hexblade to himself for 1 turn. And also if Jesse initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, he will have Omni +5 during combat, and he also has 10% of unit's attack for his true damage. And his base kit includes Moonbow, and he has an A skill, Speed, Defense, Ideal free, and Repel free for his demote A and B skill. And last but not least, we have Attuned Alm. Attuned Alm is definitely the star of this banner, and we can take a look at his private weapon. His private weapon is True Bond Bow, and it has slaying, of course, and I forgot to mention that Alm is also an infantry type unit, but he is a bow user, a colorless bow. And so let's talk about what True Bond Bow has. True Bond Bow has slaying, as I mentioned, and it gives Alm aerial maneuvers, which means that he is able to warp to any space within 2 spaces of his allies. So he has aerial maneuvers warping, and he at start of turn he grants himself and allies within 2 spaces attack speed, great talent +2, and special jump of special cooldown -2. And if the ally special cooldown value is already not at their maximum value, then it will only give cooldown jump -1. And Alm's weapon gives Omni +14, about Omni +14 to his stats during combat, and also the private weapon True Bond Bow has a max 30 true damage and max 30 flat DR during combat. However, it should be noted that the Alm only gets about 10 true damage and flat damage reduction on turn 1. So this is because Alm's true damage and flat damage reduction X is based on the amount of great talent attack on his attack and speed. So basic ×2. So basically, Alm only gets a great talent of attack and speed about 5 due to his private weapon and the speed taker skill. So on turn 1, Attuned Alm only has about 10 true damage on turn 1. And also Attuned Alm has 7 HP healing after combat. And the most special part about Attuned Alm is his special. So his special, True Lunar Flash, is a free cooldown special, and when special triggers, it will debuff the bows, treat the foe's defense and resistance with as it is reduced by 35%, and it also adds 35% of Alm's speed to his damage, and it also has full piercing during when special triggers. Also, the most impactful part of Alm's special. Sorry, the most impactful part of Alm's special is that it denies foe specials. So basically, when Alm triggers his offensive specials, the tanks cannot trigger Aegis or any of the defensive specials. So that makes Alm possibly the greatest tank, the greatest nuke in this game for now. And also, Alm has 40% unpierceable damage reduction after combat, after triggering his special. I mean, and lastly, Alm has freeze skills, and for his A skill, it's an old skill. It is perfect attack speed. So basically, perfect attack speed gives Alm no follow-up in the A skill and gives more attack and speed to Alm. And Speed Taker 4 as his B skill. So Speed Taker 4 will give Alm Speed Great Talent +1 to himself at start of turn, and it will give 4 more Speed Great Talent after combat. And last but not least, Alm has 2 new skills introduced, and he has a new C skill, which is Pulse on Blades. Pulse on Blades will give Alm an attack speed buff +4 during combat, and it also gives Alm special jump -2 on his follow-up attack. So basically, Alm will trigger his special twice during combat if he is not scowled or guarded or anything. And also, Attuned Alm has a new attuned skill, Low Echo. So Low Echo will give the foe dull all, so it neutralizes foes' bonuses during combat, and it also inflicts an Omni -4 to all stats on foes' combat. And that is all for the newest banner introduced by Fire Emblem Heroes, and I hope you like this short breakdown video. And if you liked my video and you would like to see more videos like this in the future, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. Goodbye.